Hello, welcome back to Average Gamer Plays Factorio. Now, I was editing the previous video and I noticed that when I put these tankers down for this oil drop-off station, it didn't line up. They're all in the wrong place. So let's just take all those up and put them down basically one tile further to the left. So let's have a look. Yes, where those train silhouettes are all lines up now with that. I was thinking about doing a blue circuit build. A couple of other little bits and pieces I need to tidy up first. I'm just going to I wanted to put down another radar. Oh, they get filled up automatically as soon as I build those in there. Right, okay, well in that case let's put those back into there. Let's just pick those up. Thank you. And then let's set that off to LTN depot. I do have some fluid wagons. Actually, tell you what, let's build let's rename that LTN Depot 38 Fluids. And we'll have 5 stations there set for fluids. Right, we don't have any rocket fuel because we don't have any light oil. And we don't have any light oil because the petroleum is all... Yeah, this is the same problem that we had in the other... This is why I took some of that petroleum out and put it into there. I can change one of these to be... is it petroleum? No, they're already petroleum to solid fuel. Light oil to solid fuel, petroleum to solid fuel. So why did that suddenly start working again? I think I need... Yeah. It just basically made 50 solid fuel and stuck them into the and left them in the assembler in the chemical plant. Right. What if I take... I'll take the productivity off those. Basically, it's going to use more of the oil, isn't it? So we're converting the heavy oil to light oil. We're using all the light oil for rocket fuel, basically. If I take the productivity out of that as well, then it'll still, you know, it will work just a little bit slower. Yeah, this is going to be output full in a minute. But that's fine. At least this is then going to carry on producing stuff. Alright, well, we'll keep that going. And we'll just wait and see if any of our trains eventually run out of fuel. Once again, I've started playing and forgot to hit the record button. So, let's do another recap of what I've been doing while I've been offline. Now, a lot of it was actually playing offline and not recording anyway, so I'll do a recap of that anyway. I have set up a stone mine, which I've got down here. This is going to be for bricks and for stone for the purple science. What we've actually got is 3 lines going across this way, and this is going to go to the brick smelter, and we've got the other 3 lines going the other way, and this is just going to go purely for stone. And if I need more, then I'll put speed modules into here, or I'll just start mining another stone patch. So I don't think it's going to be a major problem that I'm actually just using half this patch for bricks and half for stone. And I've reused the existing lines that I've had coming in for this copper mine, so the train will come down here and then it'll peel off down there and go into this stacker, and then both the stone and the brick trains will use this stacker, and then they'll share the same lines coming back out again. And then I put another smelter in here for the bricks, which is working okay. I'll have to sort out something with this. I don't know why these trains are going all the way up and parking over there rather than just waiting down here. I think it's because I've got this extra signal in here. I'll have to look at that. I noticed it actually in one of these other stackers down here, and it's going to stop the refuel. If the refuel train comes along here to empty out, it's going to get stuck here and it's not going to be able to get back to its to reload itself. But I don't think it's going to be held up for too long. See, some of these trains are actually that train is actually sort of stopping back here, and I think it's because there isn't another you know, there's a rail signal there, but there isn't a chain signal here. The chain signals are sort of back there, so I think that's the reason for that, because that one's got a chain signal there instead of there. So I'll sort that out. The other thing that I've done is I wandered around with the Spidertron to sort of see what the size of the patches were out here, and they're getting quite sizable. We're going to need, if we have a look at the factory planner, this is for all the remaining sciences, and we're going to need have I got a thing there? 43,000 steel plate. And this existing smelter that I've got in this factory here that turns the iron ore into steel plates. These 8 lines produce 2030. So we need basically, again if I get my calculator out on my phone, 43,000 divided by 2,000 is 21.5 of these setups. So it's 21.5 times 8 is 172 lines of this 8 beacon steel smelter. Now I might look into so we've got a 12 beacon steel smelter. I've not got any information there on how much that outputs. So I might put the 12 beacon one in and see if it saves me, how many smelters it'll save me. But basically I'm going to need loads and loads and loads. Whether I do 8 beacon or 12 beacon design, I'm going to need tons of them. So the idea is that I can start tapping into all of these iron patches down here. And I basically decided then that because these patches down here are quite sizable, that I'll cut off the base. I'll make this the right hand border of the base, and if I need to expand it further, I can go further north. I don't need to expand it further out to the right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have this as being the right hand border. I can tap into all these iron mines. I can have rows and rows and rows of smelters for steel, and we'll basically have a massive sort of steel plant and whatever over here, and we'll start bringing that in. So the other thing I was doing before I realised I wasn't recording was starting to build my actual blue science layout, blue circuits layout. I haven't got very far with it. All I've done so far is I've decided I'm going to need, because it uses, blue circuits use 20 electronic circuits and only 2 advanced circuits and whatever. So I'm going to have 2 trains coming in with green circuits, 1 train coming in with red circuits, and 1 train coming in with the sulfuric acid. So I've just nicked that setup from the oil input for the sulfur plant, which I've just built. So I've got oil, green, green, red. So the other thing I was working out, I need to have 5,432 of these blue circuits, and my beaconed build outputs about 201. So I worked that out as being that I needed about 27.5 of these. So I'm going to round that up to a nice even 32, which is 4 rows of 8. So I started building a row of 8, and then let's just finish wiring this up so that I can see what its outputs look like. And I'm just trying to find out how tileable. Just wanted to put ghosts in for that. I'm just looking at how tileable these are. That doesn't go in a straight line, does it? That's just me not being able to draw a straight line. Right, so that is 8 blue circuit factories. Flip, rotate. duplicate. Now then, copy that. How does that look next to... So the question is, if I bring that a little bit further up, so that is my 32, isn't it? So, no, that's only 16. So I'm going to need 2 of these. So I need, like I did with the green circuits. Again, let's just sort of have another look at the map. So I've got basically 2 mirrored setups. So I've got some trains coming in here feeding these at the top, and some trains coming in at the bottom feeding these underneath. So I'll have to do something similar with the blue circuits. But the blue circuit design is deeper than the green circuit design, so I'm going to have to take these trains, these belts coming in, and sort of like weave them a little bit further up here. So, but it's not a problem. It is not a problem. So let me just Control X all that and paste it in. Let's say we have it sort of along there. So these lines will be able to sort of merge along there, because I don't need all these undergrounds and these combinators, because they're just labeling everything. So I can have those lines sort of going in for that. And again, I might have I think what I might do now that I look at it is I'll have these 2 trains at the front for greens, and then this one for reds, because I might sort of merge these like I did before, of having, so there's 16 lines coming in, so, and only 8 factories, so I might have that's interesting. Oh no, there's 8 lines coming in, so I can have basically each line basically just feeding one blue circuit and then the red lines can just sort of feed in. Yeah, each line will have to feed 2. Wrong place. Then the next line will just go sort of straight up like that. Something like that. And then we'll mirror that at the top. And we'll feed these lines in. So these, again, hopefully I've got to have enough room here for maybe not quite, so maybe I'll have to maybe I'll have to move the whole lot across a little bit further, but that's not a problem while it's all being ghosted. I could have these no, hang on. That's going to be the green lines, and then we'll have the reds along there. So I'm going to have the green lines together like that. I think I am going to have to move the whole lot. Move it all up a little bit. That'll do. Okay, I think that'll work as a design. So shall I get right, what did I tweak on the building train? I put in some LTN stations. Okay, I think that's a reasonable enough design, and yeah, I'll update the building train, put that in, get the bots to start building this, and I shall see you later. Right, so that's now going to be building train for blue circuits. And we're going to need... That's interesting. Does it not put down the... Oh, I know what it's done. Come back. No. I thought it had put the combinators down over here, but it doesn't look like it has done, has it? Unless it put them down at the top here. Right, we need a couple of hundred rails, not a couple of thousand. Let's have some big electric poles. And we'll have 50 of those. Now I'll carry on using up my stuff. Let's go over to the building train in the station. Take that one out, add station, building train for Blue circs, there we go, and 5 seconds of inactivity on that one, I think. Right, so again, let me work out what we need for the green circuits. So they stacked 200 times 40 slots in a chest times 6 chests times 8 cargo wagons is 384,000. No, 48 slots in a chest, isn't it? 200 times 48 times 6 times 8 is 460,800. And a train contains 64,000. We'll copy and paste that one to there. That one, a train contains 32,000. No, again, it's 64,000, isn't it, on a... I'll still have all those turned off, so we'll have that as being LTN blue circuits sulfuric acid drop off, we'll call it 1. Right, now this one, because there's already roboports in place, it may start building some of this before I'm ready, really. But that's okay, so we'll just end up sort of taking some of it out and redoing it. That needs to line up there with that. I'll just redo the input at the bottom. Let's zoom out of that. Control C. Copy all of that. Flip. Rotate, rotate. Hey, look at that. So this is quite cool. Now then, I need to let's head over here. So that's an 8 station. Yeah, I need to sort of take out that extra line there, but it's not on this one. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's right. Oh, hang on a minute. Could have done something slightly different on here, couldn't I? Because each one of these... Ah, yes. Hang on. There's still some opportunity to tweak and tidy this up, because these only output like a couple of hundred. 8, 1,000, 2, 4, 1,600. So all these could just go onto one belt, basically. This doesn't have to be this wide. Okay. Let's have a think about how to do this. So I could basically just do let's just take a lot of this up. So we could have basically one line going across with each of these sort of merging onto it, because these don't output that many blue circuits, do they? So basically, right, that line there is fine because that's a straight line coming off here. All this lot can come down to there, basically. Mining prod 23. It does also mean that the whole lot could move a little bit closer to here, because I don't need all these belts to move. It doesn't need to be quite so far away from these rails. That would involve quite a bit of chopping and changing, though. And I might still move it around. Yeah, just wait for my... put a couple of storage chests down over here. A couple of yellow chests. Take the whole lot up. Or rather blueprint it all or whatever, and then take it all up and place it down again a little bit closer. I mean, it's not sort of the end of the world, really, is it? It's just a little bit frustrating. But it's easy enough. It's certainly a lot easier with all the bots to tear it down and redo it than it would have been to do it by hand, that's for sure. But, you know, we'll get there in the end with it. So we've now got, basically, we need to have a 2 to 8 balancer. And go onto the map. We'll pick up a whole station like that. We'll do it from there. Okay. Right, so it's this line down here, which is the central line. Right, let's just copy and paste this, but I won't do the station, I'll just do the balancer and the inserters. Ah yes, of course, this one still needs tidying up, doesn't it? Right. Let's take all of that up. So it's this whole bottom one, doesn't it, that needs to come up, I think. just take all of that up. Would it have just put everything back into the storage over there and then taken it all back to the base? It's possible. Okay. Well, we'll get to it all eventually. So, that's what I wanted to put down. Ah, this is slightly out of sync to where it was before. Come on, to make sure that is in line. Well, I don't need to make sure it is, I just want it to be. Right, so we need to then have that station rotated round. Of course it doesn't line up, does it? Ah, that's annoying. There might still be one or two little gaps. In the belt, so let's just see what we can pick up. So we have a few in there. There's a couple there. And I think that was all. I think everything else down here, I know there's a few little bits and pieces there. There's a couple of beacons that are missing. 4 beacons, 4 storage chests. 15. There shouldn't be any combinators left anywhere, so is there someone there that I didn't take out the blueprint? Right, so the sulfuric acid is going to come along here. We'll get it to go. We needed to get it to go really along there, didn't we? And of course it needs to go in at the top as well, doesn't it? Ah, okay. Right, let's just get rid of some of those. It's a bit of a wibbly wobbly line, but it goes. So it comes out of here, up there, round, down, down, along, down, through, down and along, and into all of that. So we need to do exactly the same, roughly exactly the same, up here. Excuse me. Okay. So, is it all built? We need to wire up some inputs. We need to wire up some inputs into the pickup stations, but that won't be needed for a little while. Right, let's just double check the naming of all these other LTN stations, and then we'll start thinking about turning them on. Right, so copy, paste, and that is going to be blue circuits RC drop on 2. Copy, paste, paste. Copy, paste. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. So that is set to reds, greens. Right, so let's pick up some more rails and start and finish building. Right, shall we see what happens when we activate these stations? I think we shall.